All right. So, am I full time on GHG? Yes. Am I good at doing weekly videos? No. That's the toy kind of mood. But I'm gonna try to do better. Okay. So GHG had a. This is probably my best con professionally. If you've been watching a toy kind of mood, you'll know I had a lot of good shit happen to me. I'm still trying to make that work. But I was not alone in that. Um, I get to see a bunch of my friends over there, and one of them is smiling like a jackass in the green room. Yes, doofus. What's up, buddy?
Hey, I didn't know I was gonna get an intro, so I figured I'd make it interesting.
Well, I didn't know how to intro you, but you started doing that, so I'm like, yeah, I'll bring him in. And luckily, you froze a little bit, so it's just like you had that like face frozen, which was nice.
Perfect.
All right, so got you on, Derek. I'm gonna bring on the third, or actually the second guest, second guest, who was kind enough to let me sleep at the hotel with y'all. Greg, what's up, buddy?
Hey, thank you for your warm introduction. I was happy to have you in the room. I'm glad you survived the snorefest that is Derek and the rest of us.
How dare you? Look here, Darth Vader. I don't want to hear it.
I'm a pilot. What are you talking about?
It was definitely interesting.
Yeah, that apparatus makes you look like you're flying an X-wing. That's for damn sure.
Exactly. Stay on target. Stay on target.
Almost there.
I want to say it's for everyone that does not know him. This is Greg Messinio, also known as Baby Galactus. No.
I like to devour things. I'm hungry.
Well, we've had Greg on the show before.
I said if they didn't know him.
Oh,
some people might know me.
Okay, so Comic-Con. Derek,
Never heard of it.
We know how yours went. Greg, how was your Comic-Con, man? Give us like the rundown before we go into like the overall of San Diego.
Every year is expectations are hopeful that you're gonna have a good con, that you're gonna get to go to the panels you want to, you're gonna get to buy the exclusive you're hoping for, that you'll run into the friends that you want to see, that the hotel is going to be good and prices are going to be affordable, and that the weather is going to be nice. And I would say for this con for 2025, it was all that, very much a very good Comic-Con experience. And it started off rather unpredictable because we weren't really sure how things are going to be with the weather, because we weren't really paying attention to that for some reason when we were driving down from LA. But when we got there, it was comfortable, and we settled in, and we did a little trek from the hotel to the convention center because we weren't as close as we liked to be. We were about a mile away, and it was a nice trip over there. And yeah, just hit the ground running. Preview night was crowded. Good times with everybody. Yeah, it was a good con.
Imagine if you could have just, called someone that lives in San Diego and asked them what the weather's like. I mean, imagine that idea. Wow. If you only had that option.
And if only had something that wasn't I'm so busy working double shifts and triple shifts, I can't get to my phone because I'm doing stuff. Quit bugging me. Or driving up to Los Angeles for your consideration panels and not saying anything. Oh, I don't know. It goes two ways there, Mr. Derek.
To be fair, I did not go to an FYC that week.
That week.
I went the week after.
So let's break down Comic-Con because for anyone who doesn't know, if you're watching this channel, you know Comic-Con. But how was this Comic-Con compared to previous ones for y'all? Was it busier? Was it about the same? Greg, what's it with you, man?
So I would say for me, this one was a little bit of a different challenge because each year I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to acquire my badge. And for the people out there, like you said, that no, there's a lot of different ways to get a Comic-Con badge.
Yes.
You can be a professional in the industry, you can be a vendor, or you can be an attendee. Attendees have their privileges, vendors have their privileges, and professionals have their own privileges. So this year, I was not a regular attendee. I was what you call a vendor attendee. And when you get that, you get a badge so you don't have to worry about getting into the floor and everything. You get the full package for the preview night included, but you don't get access to the lottery system that Comic-Con has for exclusives, for signings, for items, for anything that's on their portal system, because your badge doesn't qualify for that. So this year I had my hand tied behind my back in that sense for some of the exclusives that I wanted to get, because I knew they were going to be very popular and they were all through the portal system. So that made a challenge for me, as Derek kind of hinted at trying to get people to help me out with getting my exclusives that I wanted. And in that sense, I didn't hit a home run. I got a triple play on it. I got, 3 out of the 4 that I really wanted to get. But that's part of the fun of when you go to Comic-Con. There's different things that you need to deal with. Hotel was the same thing. We weren't as close as we wanted to be. It was a nice hotel. We've actually been there before, but it's like, you do appreciate when you can walk a less distance of all the stuff that you buy and dump it off in the hotel room than where you have to I've got to walk a mile, or I've got to get on a shuttle, or, use an Uber. These are other challenges that kind of come into it. So that was, kind of a thing with the things. And then
taking somebody's Galactus toys on the trolley back to the hotel and carrying them the whole way.
I that was above and beyond, Derek. I will say that, because I honestly expected you to just dump them at the booth like I thought you were going to, and I was going to take them home myself to the hotel room. So pleasant surprise.
It's fine. I was heading back. It was fine.
Yeah, and then just kind of go with it. The panels were good this year. It was a different set of panels.
I'm sorry, Greg. We're out of time. We don't have time for panel talk. Anyways,
how dare you?
What panels did you go to, Greg?
Oh, Jesus. Why did you bait him? Why did you bait him?
We have to talk and make a podcast actually have a certain length. It can't just be about Derek's new love life. It just can't be that way.
There's a whole other show.
Yeah, a whole other show. I went to a couple television panels for CBS's Ghost and Resident Alien on FX. And then I did the Disney panels for Hulu's Aliens Earth, and then I did some feature stuff with Tron Ares and The Long Walk in Hall H. So Ballroom 20, Hall H did a couple panels. Then I actually did some panels. They had a preview of Peacock's Twisted Metal through my wonderful company Sony, which I do work for, so full disclosure. It's a great show. You should be watching it if you have Peacock. So they did a premiere of a couple episodes, and they had some of the actors and everything there, so watch that. And then the best panel, because I know Anna might eventually watch this, was Anna's panel, Anna Voltage. Derek, what's her group called again? Because I always forget.
Most Extreme Ranking Challenge?
Exactly. And they had a delightful panel of just absurdity and goofiness, and that was a fun Saturday.
A lot of hot sauce being drank.
Yeah. And the one thing that they have changed with the panels, and I think we kind of hit it before, there are more late night activity panels now on the programming card. It used to be just during the day, during the con on the floor hours, but there's more stuff now on nighttime stuff. Like people like to do the masquerade, but there's also other things. So those were panels that I kind of sat through. The only panel that I really wish I could have made and I missed was the Star Trek panel. But for some reason, and I don't know why, my schedule app, I accidentally took it off. So when I was looking at my schedule for the day, I didn't have it on there. And I think what happened was debating on trying to do the Acme versus Coyote panel, and said, I'll pass on that. I know I'm going to see the movie anyway. And I may have accidentally deleted the Star Trek. So I didn't get to see the Star Trek panel. And I love that because they had a whole episode from Strange New Worlds. And unlike Derek, I like sitting in a panel and watching a whole new episode on a big screen with a lot of crazy fans.
Derek, do you not?
Huh? What?
Do you not like watching the episode?
Not if it's something I can see in 2 or 3 days. No, I don't.
No, I don't.
I'm sorry, there's too many things to do. If we went to... Okay, here's a good example. If we were at WonderCon, which is way more laid back and a lot less to do, I'd be all for it. But Comic-Con, there is way too much to do. I do not have time to watch an hour-long episode of something I can watch in a couple of days. Greg's reasoning is valid. I get it. The crowd reaction, all that. It is fun, but there's just too much to do. That's a whole hour I can be doing other stuff.
all I say is if you have the time and it's not a priority that you can pass on because you have other priorities like Derek, it's a fun thing to do. And I will say that
I saw two. I sat through the Solar Opposites panel, which I didn't realize you all was in that cast. It was amazing.
Great cast.
Yeah, it was a great cast. But I sat through that because I wanted to be in the King of the Hill panel.
Okay.
And that was a fantastic panel. And they showed this. It was weird. They didn't show the pilot. They showed the second episode of the new season, which I thought was kind of weird. But
yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if they just did that maybe in a weird way to keep you from leaking it, because they always have people are always leaking things, unfortunately.
No, was it? It was. I was up really close. I was hoping they'd do a Q&A, but they didn't do a Q&A for King of the Hill, which is kind of weird.
They didn't do one?
No.
Oh.
No, there were a lot of panels that didn't have Q&As this year, I noticed. Especially on the Big Hall H stuff, there wasn't a lot of Q&A for the panels I went to.
Yeah, because Solar Opposites got a panel. Got a Q&A. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. And so then King of the Hill Solar Opposites stopped or ended, and I rushed into the front. There's a family next to me, and I'm like, all right, I can jump over the little kids, do a Q&A. Like the 10-year-old girl took a picture of the new of King of the Hill like during the show, and the security guard came over and they're like, she has to delete that. Okay, now open up the deleted photos and now delete that again. I'm like, god damn. Like I don't think a 10-year-old is gonna be, spoiling a picture of King of the Hill.
Wait, was this of the screen of the video?
Mm-hmm. Of the panel, yeah.
Oh yeah, they're really anal about that stuff.
They're very much so.
I hate to say it, but the kids are pretty much used as a prop, because half the time when kids are up doing the Q&A, they don't know who they're talking to. They're reading the phone, or you can hear the parent in the background, ask them this.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, well, okay, I think that used to have a bigger purpose back in the day when people actually created characters out of being in Hall H all day, like the Button Lady, and there was other people, then they get up and they ask a question, and they were more popular than the panel sometimes. But now I don't think it's really, at least this year, it didn't seem to connect as well. They were friendly. The questions are still censored that Derek hates because he wants, that free ask any kind of question. But remember, Derek, because you said that they always have someone on the side, what's your question? And if they don't like what your question is, they're not going to let you go up there and say it.
Nope.
So they kind of try to make that. But the questions, for the most part, are very softball questions and everything. But one of the big panels I went to, and I thought was kind of I knew that was going to be the case, was I went to the Lucas panel for the Lucasfilm Museum that's going to be in Los Angeles.
Yeah. How was that?
That was fun from nostalgia point, because the crowd really was excited. Guillermo del Toro was also part of the panel. They had another person that works for Lucas, and who's an amazing artist, but I don't remember his name because, unfortunately, he is one of those people that works in the background for a lot of people. But give credit, he's amazing talent, and I know there are people that know who he is. And then they had Queen Latifah as the moderator. Okay. So there was this expectation of, maybe he'll drop something about Star Wars or say something. He didn't say a word about Star Wars. They just played the music in the background, and they had no Q&A. So I think a lot of people probably what they're hoping for, they talked about the museum. And Guillermo was fun because, there's always a bet that he's going to curse. And he did curse at least once. So that was fun. And they showed some really cool things from it. But, there's no Q&A for that at all.
Huh. Just playing with some pics from San Diego real quick.
I see that. Very nice. Yeah, I was kind of hoping, because you got the Fantastic Four, I was kind of hoping that maybe they would do a screening of Fantastic Four, like the horrible Deadpool Wolverine debacle of last year. That we get a cool screening of the film with a drone show and everything else. But alas,
I was hoping for a drone show.
Yeah. Did you hear someone else? I think Anna actually brought this up. We were talking to our friend Anna that people were posting pictures from the drone show from the year before and saying, "Oh my God, look outside right now! There's a drone show just to dupe people to wander outside."
Yeah, that was. I know.
There's a lot of pranking going on, I think, at this con, which was, I guess okay if you're into that kind of thing, but it did make for a difference with the security, like you talked about, where they were, depending on where you were, they were a little bit more aggressive this year than years past. I didn't hear of any really big situations, but I do know some people were, again, complaining about there's a communication chain that doesn't always get to the right people to where they're like, oh, tone it down or use a little bit more discretion when they're talking to people. So, but that could be a discussion for later on in the podcast.
Yeah, I'd heard about people having issues with the security and just no communication. Also, getting there in the morning was an absolute bitch. God, because what was frustrating, especially Thursday, Friday, was that like me and my buddy Steve would get there, and they'd have everyone going through one door. Which, if I remember, they used to be like they'd open up all the doors and you can like calmly go through, and this was like just an absolute clusterfuck.
Yeah, the logistics this year were different because I think, again, I don't know if it's a different company or for whatever reason, there seemed to be more ADA people this year, which is good and bad because it's great because, Comic-Con definitely wants to try to get everybody that wants to be at Comic-Con a chance to go there. But when they have that, I think the reason is that they were trying to control the line that was inside the common lobby before you went to the convention floor. And for them to move those people, they couldn't have the other doors open like they normally do. So there was a lot of different things being said about why they were doing it that way. But yeah, as part of the group that's vendors have access to doors near the front of the convention center, and they usually can walk in any time before the con starts. We had it where one time we went one day to get breakfast and we came back and they pushed us all the way down to another table, another door to go through, which they hadn't done before. So yeah, there was some changes in the logistics, and that made for things. I don't know if you guys did a bunch of Hall H, but I even had a Hall H panel where I got out. They didn't want us to go back to the convention center. They kept pushing us all the way down to the what do they call it? The Hilton area where they have all the installations.
That's ridiculous.
Ooh.
Yeah. So and then they were saying that you couldn't walk in that area that we normally walk to get to Hall H screening to check in because it was for ADA. So there was a lot of different things going on, I think, with
was that Saturday night, Greg?
Huh?
Was that Saturday that they were doing that?
I want to say it was Friday, I think, because was Kevin Smith on Saturday, right?
Yes.
Kevin Smith was on Saturday.
Yeah.
So it was Friday for me. That was a Friday night experience.
Yeah.
But it turned out good because that's how I ended up running into Mr. Todd McFarlane, and the Legend of Derek became part of the Comic-Con story for that year. And so I give credit to that kind of happening in that way because of the logistics setup for things.
Damn it! And I do not have that on me to show for the pod. Damn it! I don't know where it is.
Failure. Failure, Derek. Well, no, because only reason I asked was because Saturday when I was going to the Hilton to do my interviews with the Energon Skybound guys, they had like the entire area blocked off going to the Hilton. You had to like run around the street, run to the street basically, and then run like around to the Hilton, and then like go up this really weird, funky way. And I was like, God damn it!
Yeah, like you had to go to the corner, almost to the Sky Bridge, right?
Yeah.
And then the thing that I noticed on that Saturday on that Friday night was we didn't have a lot of new protesters. We had the regular Church of Satan, whatever you're going to go to hell group over by the Hard Rock. But we did have some free
always those Church of Satan people.
We did have some free Palestine people at that corner on Friday night. I could hear them over there by the bridge to Petco that were there at that corner and taking up a spot and were doing their little thing. So maybe that was part of the reason why they kind of made you move that. They wanted you to deal with them because they didn't want to deal with them.
Right. Because like I ran from like room 5AB. I didn't sprint, but I jogged down around the area over to the Hilton, ran up, and I was running up I've got like 20 pounds of like stuff on me.
Yeah.
So I'm a little winded, and this dude was like, "Man, running's tough." I'm like, "Bro, I just ran like half a mile with 20 pounds. Like, don't." After walking 7, because I looked at my steps. I did about 6 miles every day.
Yeah, my step count was up too. And thankfully the weather was good, so that even if you felt a little bit damp, you could deal with it better.
Dude, it was such great weather for me. Like I didn't even like realize. I'm like, it's a little hot. I'm not even like.
Because like I said, you get to do a part of the con that not a lot of people get to do is when you do the interviews.
Yeah.
And in the interviews, if memory serves me right, they're usually in rooms like I said at the Hilton, or they were at the Omni, but they're little rooms that are set up with, they got a couple of tables. They might do they do their own kind of panel where they do Q&A, but you can basically walk around and they'll bring people to the table, or you go to the table and you do a couple interviews, right?
Yep.
And you definitely want to try to at least look presentable.
Exactly. You don't want to look like complete garbage.
Yeah.
Because let's see here. Oh, real quick. This is one of the bags we were talking about. This thing was heavy, dude.
Yeah.
This
is
bag,
that the Hellcat?
That is the Ostriker.
Ostriker. Okay. Yeah. That was the thing. If you bought something from Hasbro, chances are it was going to weigh a couple of pounds to begin with.
So Wednesday night for me, I got Alex Ross stuff, and I went to Hasbro and got in the line like just happenstance. I was talking to Emily with the G.I. Joe team, and then they're like, we're like 9 minutes before like the con closed. They go, we make no promises. And I jumped in the line because I wanted some stuff, and I had friends who wanted stuff, and I got the Ostriker. So I got the Ostriker, the Mustafar set, 2 Marvel Legends Savage Land sets, the Jetfire, and then I got 2 Ostrikers, one for me, one for Steve. But my buddy Steve was able to get this from me, the Cold Slither vinyl, which is actually pretty fun.
Now, was that the band? That's the band you got to see later, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was a really good band. Really good show. Let's see if I go out and we go. Yeah, so my Saturday was. Oh, did I know Derek saw this, but Greg, did you happen to see this masterpiece?
Yes, the Legoland. Lego at Comic-Con did their own version of Lego Con, and this is incredible. I hope that they have on their YouTube a behind the scenes of how they built it. I wish I could have seen them taking it down. This is amazing. And
you think they took it down?
Well, they had to take it down and pack it up when it was over.
I don't know. I'm guessing they just wheel that thing out. I can't imagine taking that thing apart.
No, that's the beauty of Lego. You do have to take it apart. Anyone that does the Lego.
Oh, I missed that part. I didn't get that in. I didn't get the staircase. Damn, I didn't get that part.
That's the thing. There's so many different. And the thing is this was almost smack in the middle of the convention floor.
Yep.
And Lego's always a popular booth because there are a lot of Lego people that want to get the exclusives and stuff that they sell there. So you never know what they're going to do. And I don't think they really made a big fuss about it. They just kind of revealed it, and all of a sudden it became this and the Galactus cosplay player, probably the highlights of the show. Because some people were saying like, "Oh, that can't be real. There's no way they could do that." Yes, there is. It takes a lot of people, but it is amazing. And then they had people there that you could build your own con booth and put it on the map. So
you took this picture?
Yeah.
Damn, that's a good one. I like that. I didn't because I see the reasoning because I kept trying to just get mine of the thing itself. But I kind of like how you did the overhead, even with people's stupid heads in the way. But I like it because you can get a whole thing of how big it is. You get, I mean, it's good for to see how massive it is. I was so concentrated on trying to get the details.
Yeah, it's ridiculous how
You could
Big.
go through days. You go through days on that because like they had panels, they had people that actually personalities are in the floor in their costumes or stuff that people know. I mean, the attention to detail was really something clever. I really hope they do maybe a special feature on it because it was something to see. You know,
Yeah,
very much impressive.
Yeah, this was at the. I got a better one, but I love this K2SO.
Oh yeah, out of the Legos. But
You don't even like Legos, Bobby.
Yeah, no, I don't like Legos.
Legos are fun.
I love Legos. Yeah, see, here is the Energon panel. It was really good.
And this panel, so if people are seeing the picture, this is one of the smaller rooms that we call the 6, the 5s, and the 7s.
Oh, was that the Transformers one?
Yeah.
And it's always funny because people think that, because it's in a smaller room, it's not going to get crowded. These panels usually get more crowded than the Hall H panels or the Ballroom 20 panels. So
I'm glad you brought that up, Greg, because this one, I had to wait through this horror. There was a horror panel, which is how I got.
There was a horror panel?
It was a horror and comics panel. Yeah, and that's how I got the Thomas Jane signature.
They had a panel about horrors. That's I thought Comic-Con was family friendly.
Yeah. I thought there was I was in the horror one, and then there was one for distillery, and then there was the Energon, which is this one, and that's where this Kirkman interview is, and Daniel Warren Johnson, who's absolutely killing it with Transformers right now. But yeah, so I like you make a great point there because here's me at the Todd panel.
Todd, good way to bring around
the Todd panel. I like that.
Well, what's funny is there we go. What's funny is before this panel was a choose your own adventure panel. And that panel was dead. Maybe like 5 people. And this was in 6D, kind of like the bigger one. Because the Energon one was in 5A. And that was tiny. And you had to get in there like an hour early, sit through panels. I had to do that for Marvel Legends. I had to sit through like a panel just to get in the Marvel Legend. Like those are tiny and you have to get in there early. Also, stupidly, that's where they put like Marvel and DC, and they're like, all right, great. And I'm like, I'm here an hour early. Like, you're not getting in. You will never see this panel.
I thought you were going to mention what else happened before that panel.
Oh, when I was in the black panel?
No, I sent you the picture.
Which picture did you send me?
Right now.
Oh, hold on. Hold on.
Because this was a funny coincidence of what happened when, and I sent this to you, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm seeing him right now."
yeah. Hold on. Let me see if I can share this real quick. Let's see here. I want to stop.
And then if we want, Greg can segue into his story after this.
Yeah. So, yeah. There we go.
Hey.
Yeah, I think I remember getting that picture too.
Derek sent me this. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like in the panel. Like, oh shit. Yeah.
But it's so funny. I'm just like, look who I just saw. And Bobby goes, yeah, I'm seeing him right now too. I'm like, what? And he sends a picture and he's like, yeah, I'm at his panel. So apparently I caught him right before he walked into his panel.
Which was cool. Actually, then I got to chill with him that night at
Oh, here we go.
It was an industry get together, and I got to hang out with him. Yes,
mm-hmm. Yes,
it was fun.
That's great. That's nice.
And then
Derek, when you finally get in the industry, you'll be able to go to those too. If you ever get legit.
No. It's just because somebody felt the need to send me a picture with them and be very oh God, what's the word?
Gloaty.
Yes, thank you. That's the word. I didn't want it. Bragging wasn't the word I wanted to do. Yes, gloaty. I'll be like, oh, look who I'm hanging out with right now. It's like, yeah, go F yourself, okay?
So this one?
Yes, that one.
This one?
So we could one of the sub labels that we could say for Con 2025 was our Comic Con with our friend Todd. And Todd
kind of this year, honestly.
Yeah, it's an interesting story because we all have our connections.
Well, Greg, yeah, if you want to tell the story.
Yeah. I haven't. I don't know if I brought it up before, but I have a classmate from college that actually worked for Todd back when Todd was working for Marvel on Spider-Man, and he was hired to help out with like doing backgrounds and things like that. And at first, when he told me this, I said, you're Canadian. You're full of shit. I don't believe you. You know, and then of course I was at a Comic-Con a couple years later, ran into Todd on the floor, and I said, "Hey, do you know this guy named Eldon Asp?" And he's like, "Eldon, yeah, he worked for me." I said, "Oh, holy shit, he's telling the truth." And Eldon was one of the people that actually got me back into comics because I had stopped for a while when I went into college to try to be serious and stuff, and he had some Image comics of Savage Dragon that just blew me away, and I said, "You know what, I got to get back into con," and I started going again. So, hence go to 2025. Here we are. We're all talking in the room. Derek saying, "Greg, I need to get something signed by Tom McFarlane. I've been trying for years. To get a signature from Tom McFarlane for something, and I have no luck." And since he knew that I would be maybe a better chance of getting him said ticket or chance to see Todd, I said, "Yeah, I'll see what I can do, Derek. I'll see what I can do." Moving to Friday night, I just got out of the panel for Hall H, and I'm walking around, and I spot Todd walking with his wife, just strolling down by the Aliens installation, or what are we calling them this year? Forget the word that we call them.
Activations?
Activations, yes, which still sounds weird to me because it sounds like we're fighting a drug or something, a disease. It got to activate this. He was just there, and I said, "Oh my God, it's Todd McFarlane." And I felt bad because I wasn't able to help you out with the signature because that's a whole nother story. But I said, "Todd," and then he said, "Hi." And I said, "Could you do me a favor? I have a friend that's a huge fan. His name is Derek, and I'd like to get an autograph for him." And I didn't have anything on me because I'm not usually the autograph person anymore. So I didn't have paper and stuff. And I said, "Would you sign the back of my Comic-Con ID badge? It's paper. I can give it to Derek. He'll get a kick out of it." And Todd, being the nice person he is, he's a really friendly guy.
Yeah, he is.
Shot the shit with me. We talked a little bit. I told him that I knew someone he worked with before. I mentioned my friend. Is "Oh yeah," and everything. And he signed my badge to Derek. And the funny thing was, when he asked me how to spell it, he spelled it exactly the way Derek does. And I'll let Derek tell that part of the story. But so there is the proof of it. And I said, at least I felt good that I got something for Derek and got to tell a little bit about it, how his fan he was. And then I got to tell Todd, I'm a huge fan. I've been buying his action figures for ages. I did the last 2 Kickstarters that he did. And he's just a really incredible artist, but also just a really cool force in the industry. He's done a lot of things that have made good advances for the whole industry as a whole. When it comes to making just being a geek, being a nerd, being a collector, a lot of fun. So that was my experience. And then I ended up telling Derek about it. And then Bobby, you started running into him. And then we saw that picture. And I just said, "Oh my God, we couldn't shake a stick without running into Todd." And then Todd kept hearing the story. So I think by the end of this now, he knows who you are, Derek. I think he knows you.
I mean, whether he does or not, I mean, it's still, I finally got, been trying to get up, because the thing is like, he does plenty of signings. Yes. I didn't have to wait in line over here.
I didn't wait in line.
Huh?
I waited in line to get this.
I thought you said you just went up to him and he did it.
No, I waited in line because they didn't believe me.
Oh, okay.
The image people were very like, we'll see when you get up there. I'm like, all right.
Okay. Well, still. But the thing is like, even though he does 8 million signings, they always say no photos at the table when he's doing signings. So the thing I have his autograph 3 or 4 times over the years, but I had yet to get a photo because they won't allow photos. So it was very elusive to try to, and people were like, "How hard is it to get a photo?" Well, it was harder than you think. Yeah, I finally got one after all this time.
The one thing that sucked is that Scott Williams' signature got a little dinged up my bag. So the T's.
Oh.
But I still got Todd, Alex Sinclair, and all I need left is the elusive Jim Lee. I need that in white.
And Jim was pretty much around a lot.
He's not really elusive. You just don't want to pay.
Is he one of those he doesn't like to sign if you meet him in public if he's not at a signing?
I don't know, because I don't know anyone that's ever tried to get him, like, just wandering about.
But I don't know, because I met him. All the autographs I've gotten from him have been free. I've never paid for a Jim Lee autograph.
Yeah, but we're all talking back in the day.
Yeah, but back in the day, like, I ran into him at a Wizard World and in the hallway, and I'm like, I was a huge fan. He's like, dude, you can tell me I suck. I'll sign whatever you want. I'm like, no, I had my Batman poster and he signed like in the cape. So I don't know, because like now he's like 90 in autograph, and like, look, I will pay. I will pay to get him on this so that I have everyone. So I guess I need Jeff Loeb on this, don't I?
I don't know. I mean, you and me do toys differently, so.
Yeah, the world of autographs can be a very interesting and unique kind of thing. Everybody has different standards for what they want signed and how it's signed.
Well, the funny thing is that Bobby both and I need him now in a way, because I took my Hush 2 and I got Jeff, Scott, and Alex Sinclair on it. So now all I need is Jim on it. So we both need him on to complete certain things.
Because I did the same Hush too, and I got Jeff on that. Although
I'm probably gonna spring for it at New York Comic Con. I'm probably gonna spring for it.
If I go to New York, I probably will too.
And I think that's the fun thing about like going to Comic Con that we talk about. It's like the people, the talent in the comic book industry, and the actors and everything. A lot of them have panels or scheduled signings and autograph sessions, and some people actually pad their, make a little extra money by renting a booth and selling 8x10s and taking pictures and putting a little money in their coffin when they don't have work that's going on, or the residuals are a little low. But the fun thing is that they're geeks just like us, and sometimes they're brave enough to wander around, or you have to run into them in the wild, as we like to say, and they might take a picture. Or if you happen to have something on hand, and that's the biggest question, is like, how much do you want to carry? If you have a list and people are going to be there. Yeah. Excuse me, my voice is going a little bit. You can ask them to sign something, and they might sign it for you, or they might say, I'm sorry, I don't do that. And you have to just kind of roll with it. So that's the challenge of it.
I don't want to deter us too much from Comic-Con, but just real quick, there was because for those that don't know, Jim Lee's friends with John from System of a Down, the drummer, and he owns Torpedo Comics. And there was a time that he was at Torpedo Comics. I can't remember if he was just hanging out or if it was for a signing. I can't remember which. But anyways, he posted on his Instagram, come on down and, bring whatever you want. I'll say it. And I saw like people putting it. He was signing like 4 or 5 books. People were just, because no one showed up, I guess. Like, I can't remember if he was just randomly hanging out or he like randomly stopped by or what. But like, if you by chance knew he was there or had something on you, he was signing crap. And I was so mad because, of course, I saw it like late at night or whatever. I'm like, I was so mad.
I mean, that's the challenge. You have your social media now, and there's so many different ways to get a message. But if you're doing something else while you're at Con, because that's the thing. I think sometimes I'll have a friend literally text me because they know I'm at Comic Con, and they'll say, "Oh, hey, can you swing by this table and get this for me? We saw this." I'm like, "Hi." Maybe, because I actually have my own schedule and plans, and since you're just dropping this on me right now, I kind of don't know if I'll be able to drop everything and get something for you. I mean, I love my friends and stuff, and I do want to try to help them out, and there's certain ways to do it, but it's funny how some people are just like, oh, it's just as you see the picture stuff, it's over 100,000 people at this convention in attendees. That's not counting the vendors. There are a lot of people. The chance that you run into people, that's the thing I always laugh about. I saw people more than 3 times. I said, that's kind of funny. But of course, the one person that I want to see, guys, every year.
Oh, here we go.
This year, I did not see April O'Neil in person. Heartbroken. Almost makes the con not worthy for me.
Heartbroken. Oh, stop it.
Because I want to see April. I want to see her. But I didn't see her this year, but I saw Todd plenty of times. I saw Jim. I didn't see Jim Lee, but I saw pictures of Jim Lee. And I ran into that Galactus after a while, like I thought maybe he was following me around because he knew I had a good appetite. You know, it was that kind of thing. So
it was weird. Like I only ran into friends if I text them. Other than that, there was you don't see anyone. Like I randomly ran into Derek on the closing. Other than that,
I actually had one where I went to the
Oh,
Lucas
that's right.
panel,
I was talking to the girls at Quinto Comics, and you came up behind me.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
When I was at the Lucas panel, I actually ran into a coworker who's been going to Comic-Con for years too. That I've always seen his pictures, takes great pictures, but I've never run into it in the convention. And we just happened by circumstance. He was getting in the Hall H. He heard my voice, and I was like, "Oh my God, you do exist!" And so you can run into people, but yeah, there's so many people. There's a lot of times you're like, "Oh, you were there?" I was like 2 booths away, didn't know. So it does happen that way.
I just want to touch on really quick what Greg said, that I can't tell you the amount of people that randomly will message me out of nowhere. People that like I don't talk to, or like people I used to old coworkers, whatever. And I always remember one of my favorite ones in the sense of like not even the person, but just the clueless people that don't know any better, which, you know, to their credit, I don't expect them to know because they don't go, but they sent me a message. They wanted a pop, a certain Funko Pop. And they're like, "Hey man, can you pick this up for me?" I'm just like,
no.
Yes. Let me just walk right over to Funko and go get that for you.
Yeah, no, it's I did get one of my writers, the Jetfire from Hasbro. It was $115. He paid me for it, and I took it to my bosses, and they're like that Monday. He's like, "You know how much it costs to ship it to him to Canada?" Because the writer was freaked out. It was $300.
Dang! But he really wanted it, huh?
He could have gotten it off eBay for $180 with shipping and handling.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that's his bad research on his part.
Exactly.
If he's in Canada, he should have known better.
I know that is true.
It's logistics. I think sometimes people, you know, they get caught up in the rush. Like, you know, for me, the one item I didn't get was the Hot Wheels Back to the Future set. Those
were sold up like 9:30, 10 a.m. every day. Yeah, this one right here. I wanted this one really badly. Hold on. There we go. This one.
Yeah.
Sold.
That one sold for how much?
It was only 40.
And like I said, you're right. You had to have the portal, and then if you try to do the standby, it was always sold out. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. Some years, some things go quick. So that's one of those ones now I'll be chasing. Hopefully, I can get it down the line because you know you have to keep an eye out for that thing. But
I think even you had the portal, you couldn't get it because it was people getting in there like 9:30. It was already gone.
Well, that was another thing too that kind of going with the portal science now that people are starting to realize. If you get into the portal, you have to go for the early slots. If you say, "Oh, I got Saturday, I'll go for the afternoon," there's no guarantee that item's going to be there. It used to be thinking that, "Oh, well, they'll have plenty enough for the whole day. How can they run out?" We're at capacity every year.
Yeah.
If it's a popular item, you're screwed.
So from what I've been told, Funko's usually okay, but it's stuff like the toy companies I think go faster.
So
that could be a point. One company might have more than the other, so it could be a different story. But I know with Mattel, with Hot Wheels, unfortunately, it's a tougher one to get if it's popular. You know, you either have to know somebody or it's sheer dumb luck, which is part of the fun.
Two things. Right now, Greg, you can get this for $200.
No, jeez.
So there's that. But no, it is weird because like Hasbro, I got all my stuff night one or preview night, but and you know they had enough to where if you wanted to wait in line, but those lines were long for Hasbro. They had enough. Like they kept like restocking every day, like they had enough there. Like I think only Slice and Dice from G.I. Joe sold out. Oh no, they had everything else there. Maybe the Mustafar set sold out as well. But Mattel, Hot Wheel collectors are fanatics.
Yeah.
So the Jaws. So this one, which I wanted this one, and I wanted this one. Both sold out every day. By 10 a.m. And I think it was like you could only get like 3 or 4 at a time.
There was a limit. There was a limit per day per purchase. Yeah.
And I know. There was Derek. There was one that Steve wanted, and I can't think of what it is right now. There was a Elvira Barbie that he really wanted.
That sounds like him.
Sold out.
Yeah.
Sold out every day. I think he finally got it because he went to the Mattel store and they had like a San Diego like thing. He's like, oh great, but these sold out quickly. The only thing I got from Hot Wheels was me and my dad one, and a buddy of mine was like trying to convince me like, you need to sell them. I'm like, shut up. I'm not selling them. But I got the keychains.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, those are cool.
Yeah. No, I got me and I got my dad one of them.
No, Daddy.
So
I think that's one of the things. Like, we're talking about the different vendors, comparing like Mattel versus Hasbro versus like say Funko or Mondo or any other groups there. Some people they build on the mystique by making it a lot harder to get, and that's part of the challenge. That's part of like you shake your fist if you don't get it, and then you're overjoyed if you do.
Oh yeah,
I'm just like I said. For me, my logic behind the Back to the Future one is it's just I really am a fan of the movie. I have connections to that area. I saw the movie at the theater at the mall that they filmed that whole scene at, so that has significance for me. But at the end of the day, I can wait. It'll be something I'll choose later. If I got in it, that would have been great. And the thing too is, if I don't get the Comic-Con exclusive badge on it, that's not a problem for me. I know that for some people, and that's their collection, they want everything. They want that. I won't say no to it, but I just want the item at the end of the day for that one.
I know. Let's see here. This was an amazing statue.
Ah, yes. This is that Iron. What's the company called? They use the Iron something.
Yeah, Iron Studios.
Iron Studios, yes, and they do work with Sideshow collectibles.
Yep.
And then they have their own stuff. I am planning to get that. I am planning to get that because that is just it's beautiful.
Yeah,
I did not see that.
Yeah, I actually when I saw it, one of the people that worked there from Brazil, I forget his name, but we were talking about it, and it was just like a delight to see. He was happy that I was happy about it, and I was just curious about it because
donuts.
It was the Sideshow one, and he was telling me the difference between their statue and the Sideshow. Their statue is an actual statue, no movement. The Sideshow figure they're doing with Hot Toys, articulation. It can actually move a little bit.
Really?
And I said, God damn it, that means I'm going to have to get both for my Galactus collection. So, ooh, look at all the toys.
Oh, yeah. So I covered... I was going to get this to my wife.
By the way, just as a quick aside, so for people that are watching this, he showed a quick thing of donuts. Walking into a convention center with half a dozen donuts is not maybe the wisest decision because I had a lot of people staring at me. They're like, "Ooh, donuts."
I won't lie. I got the Batman ones. They were good. They were very good. Very good.
And I'm sure they make good bribes if you do that. Now this is a donut store that was by our hotel, correct?
Yes.
Not by. It was literally across the street.
So here's the funny thing I laughed later. I realized that there was a courthouse with a large amount of cops nearby. I said, I think it's ironically a good choice that that's where
you're terrible.
Donut store there.
You're terrible.
Is he though?
Chief Wiggum's type.
Just being honest. No. I mean, but one of the cool things about San Diego is all the displays. Like I loved. Let's see here. Let's go back to this. Nope, wrong one. There we go. Like this thing was great.
Yeah, I get it. This thing was great.
No, literally. More toys. So many toys. great displays.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What was I looking for? Oh, I ended up getting this Michelangelo on the last day because they were like just selling like their displays, and I got my wife Mrs. Puff. Although I wanted to get her freaking SpongeBob, but they were sold out, bastards.
Wait, they were selling the display pieces?
Yeah.
Some of the booths.
So wait, there's no box, I guess.
No.
Okay, that's
Some
still
of the booths-
same price.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. The rule of thumb is if you see something at Comic-Con or any convention you go to, and you think you want it, ask. You'll be surprised. Sometimes they don't want to carry the stuff back. Sometimes they're like, no, that's a one of a one. We can't let that go. It just depends on the person. So
Yeah.
now that Hobbit bar, they didn't give actually any drinks out, did they?
I don't think so.
I heard
The
you just
Hobbit
took
bar?
pictures. Yeah, this is a Hobbit
No.
bar.
They were just big wooden cups.
Yeah, I'm all which goes to me, like I said,
It was a
I
great
know-
photo op, though. I wish I could have done it with you guys, but you guys weren't around when I went.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Some of these things are like, I'm getting older, and I'm like, hey, I don't give you a drink. What's the value of this?
Well, the thing was, is like I walked by it, and they were handing out these really cool free art prints, and the line was like literally like less than 10 people long, and I was just, I think I was just killing time. Basically, it was towards the end. And I'm like, sure, I'll go stand in line for a couple minutes. And then once you got the art print, though, they said, oh, here, you can take a photo. I'm like, okay. So I was there, so I did it. But it was just kind of like, oh, man, I'm doing it by myself, though.
You're just a loner at the bar. Nothing new.
I mean, I kind of was in this situation. You are right.
Yeah.
That was a nice photo you were showing of the Kirby, kind of like the 8th day of August.
Oh yeah, I do. I love the fact. So this is what was on the floor at Marvel. This was in the movie. It's where Giganto, they like the first, like going back to FF number 1, and then this Fantastic Four took place in Earth 828, which was Jack Kirby's birthday.
Which is also
What?
my birthday.
28?
Oh yeah, that's right.
We have the same birthday.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Wonderful company to have.
I am putting it in my wait, now that I already had it. Apparently I don't. I'm glad you told me that, Derek.
Oh my god, you son of a bitch.
There we go. Derek's birthday.
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
you know what that meant, Derek, was that you were ageless. We never thought that you'd get older. You didn't have any birthdays. You just stayed you.
The only way Bobby gets away with this is because he always remembers every year somehow. I don't know. Now I'm wondering how he remembers, considering he didn't seem to know.
I don't know how I always find out. I just find out.
Apparently.
I just, it's their birthday.
Whatever.
I bet you it's Travis. Travis says something maybe.
I bet it's Lance, but okay.
Yeah, it could be like they'll be like, oh geez, I got to get that guy something for his birthday. God dang it.
Yeah, I know. Anywho, hey, I sent you the picture.
Which? Oh, okay. Hold on. Open preview. Okay, and then we're going to.
This is way exciting for people who listen to the audio version of this.
I know. Yeah, that's why they
That's
got to go
why
to the video.
That's why I don't shoot. That's why I don't do audio. Here we go. Look at Derek.
That's a great picture, Derek.
So thank you. I tried.
Yeah. You, and the thing too, and people are probably not going to know this. This reminds me of Lily Tomlin back when she would be the little girl in the big chair.
Yeah.
Oh, Incredible Shrinking Woman?
No, this was, I think this was a character she had before. It was her own show. I don't think she even did it on Laugh It.
Okay. I remember the Incredible Shrinking Woman.
Operator. And like I said, I'm dating myself because people are going to have to Google Laughing and who Lily Tomlin is. But you look very tiny.
Hey!
Look at that.
That was fun.
Those guys.
And I'm wearing my Star Trek shirt because that's the day I went to the lodge.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yes.
So
Which
Here's
is
another
a good
good
time.
thing.
If people didn't get to go to the lodge, it's a good time. If you haven't gone, you should go. It's really a bitch to get into, but I recommend it highly. It's worth the time.
And it's reservations mostly, right?
What?
It's reservations, and then there's a standby line, but it's mostly
Correct.
reservations.
Correct. But I know a lot of people that were getting in with the standby line, so I think the success rate was pretty good this year.
Oh, nice.
Well, I know that came up on a lot of conversations, and in fact, I was just reading something from the unofficial Comic-Con blog talking about activations and lines and what was good, what was bad, and the reality is, activations that are outside Comic-Con are open to the general public.
Yes.
General public in San Diego is not a small little area. And there are a lot of people that do stay away because they don't want to deal with it. But there are a lot of people that come out for the activations and for the fun and for the parties that happen on the Gaslamp District over that weekend. I've almost given up now on activations because unless I've got a buddy that's got a guaranteed time to get in there or is pressed or something like that, I don't think I want to deal with it. I had fun when I used to do them. Now I think people that want to do that, all power to them. The only time I want to be outside dealing with the elements is when I'm in a line to get into a panel. And even that I don't want to do. You know?
I'm fine with them based on this. It depends on the swag. If there is no swag, then it's unfortunately not worth my time. They had the I was all excited for the oh my god, I forget every time. Who are the Rick and Morty people?
Adult Swim?
Yes. Yeah, and theirs was, I give them credit in the sense of like, I don't know if they're just trying to make mystery or whatever they're trying to do that's clever, but we literally asked them what was the swag and they wouldn't tell us. They said, oh, we give you a box and it's a mystery surprise. I'm like, the line goes from the back of the convention center all the way past the Hilton, and you want me to wait in that for a mystery surprise? Go F yourself. No, I'm not doing that.
And yet there were plenty of people that did.
And that's fine. And like you said, more power to them, but no thanks. I got too many other things to do. Because what if I get it and it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen and I'm going to be really pissed off? Plus, they did a thing that I have never heard of. And, you know, if people know who I am or whatever, and they know how many years I've been going for a very long time. And the thing that they did this year, I've never seen before. So they did what they called a soft open. I believe it was at 11 a.m. And then they did a full open, which was, I believe, at 1 or 2 p.m. And you could only get the swag item if you did the full open. It was not open to the people with the soft open, to which I'm wondering, why the hell is there a soft open? Why don't you just do the whole thing?
That's
because
weird.
I don't understand.
Believe it or not, there's probably some people there that are so gung-ho they don't have any idea about the swag part yet, or they don't care about it. They don't want to carry around. They just want to see what they can take pictures of and see if there's anybody there from the show or something for that.
Well, let me tell you something. We walked by and everyone was standing in line and nobody was hardly taking advantage of the soft open. There was like 10 people in there wandering around. No one cared. So yeah. I don't understand the reasoning behind, oh, let's just do it this way. Like, why? Meanwhile, the line just kept getting longer and longer and longer.
But they're trying to get people to come in no matter what. And it's just another way to throw a bone to someone that doesn't want to wait in the line that long and just wants to see what it is. Just is curious. I mean, it makes sense because, you know, the people that put those things together, they want to show, look, we got traffic, we got people coming in all the time. I mean, Aliens Earth, their activation, they had a nighttime event, which was supposedly more scary than the daytime one.
Yeah, but that makes sense. It was two different versions. This was just, it made no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to you. I'll give you that.
There was 10 people in there. There's a lot of people that didn't make sense too.
Yeah, but that was on that particular day. Maybe there was more another day, you know.
Okay.
But
fair enough.
I want to hear Bobby talk about the Godzilla thing because I didn't get to go see that, and we're looking at the picture, and that looks really cool.
So that's actually Super 7.
Okay.
Super 7 did a whole, transformed a whole building to have Godzilla attacking it. We had that. Yeah, this is more of the off-site. Yeah, this is all in the Gaslamp District. which I
Was
thought
this
was
part
really
of the Hard
cool.
Rock?
It was right. No, it was right. Yeah, it's right next to the Hard Rock, right across from the Omni.
Yeah.
Because when I did the panel for this, they mentioned that they had some stuff displayed at the Hard Rock Cafe for Predators.
And here's one I really wanted to go to, and then I heard there was no swag and just drinks, and I didn't bother.
I heard this was really good. The Percy Jackson restaurant.
I heard this one was a bitch to get into, though. I heard it was very
the line
disorganized and it was very crowded.
It was unorganized. Yeah, the line was ridiculous.
I heard it was really bad.
There's a lot of fans
love that. And then that's really
And
cool.
then?
Speaking of offsite though, because Sunday I got up there early to.
Yes, I know you got there early because you kept saying Derek, hurry the F up.
Well, because some motherfucker kept taking their sweet ass fucking time.
It was Sunday. I was tired.
This was rated by Unofficial Comic-Con blog as the best outside activation, the King of the Hill.
So King of the Hill was fantastic. I'm actually wearing my Dale's Dead Bug hat because I got there at let's see, I had to wait for Derek to make his posts, and then he had to do his pre-con business. I'm like, God damn, man, fucking time. Because now here's the thing, I will say, this is when I thought I had to leave by noon, so that did suck.
Yeah, but you also were trying to get in. I mean, it is smart that you were rushing to try, because I'm sure it just would have got worse the longer you took.
Dude, so I got there at 8:30. It opened at 9. They told me the day before, like, we open at 9:30, but they opened up at like 8:45 to get people in quicker, which was good. By the time I got up there, I got there at 10:30. So I waited about an hour and a half, 2 hours. The Alamo badges were all gone, which sucked.
What does that mean?
I'll do Dale. Huh?
What does that mean? What does that mean?
So, the Alamo, because I wanted the Alamo patch on a blue hat, like the show. But they were sold out, like they were gone. Everyone wanted the Alamo hat. So, I got Dale.
So you missed out on a patch, you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but I got Dale's Dead Bugs, which actually for me, like, oh wait, that actually makes more sense because it actually is like from the show. Like the activation was actually really freaking good.
One of the things was that in the past they've done more of all the animation shows, like the Domination animation, but this one they focused on just King of the Hill.
Yeah,
and by doing that, the creativity was given to that, and I think that's a cool thing too, because if you're not a King of the Hill fan, then you skip it. But if you like King of the Hill, dude, it's more than a not. I mean, it's so cool to see what they put together and how they set it up. I
have to jump in on this really quick, though. I have to jump in on this really quick just because my point is exactly what Greg's saying. I am not a fan of the show. I don't like the show. I don't care about the show. That's, just me. But the thing is like, so on, I think it was Friday or Saturday, somebody did the on top of their game to already put a reel together of their experience being there. And they did such a good job of making it look really badass. And I'm like, I want to go to this now. This looks really cool. And then unfortunately, the con's already half over and I didn't get to make it. But this just goes to exactly what you're saying. It was something that it looked really well done enough that I wanted to go, even though I don't like the show.
No, and I love the show, right? I love the show. I wish I'd gone with someone though, because like they had Hank Till's tractor there, right? They had Dale's Dead Bugs.
I would have went with you, but I had to do the lodge, so I'm sorry.
I know. They have this.
I wanted to go too, but it was one of those. I'm like, damn it.
Well, yeah. Bobby, did they have people taking pictures for you, or that was kind of the issue? Was like not having someone to kind of help out with the pictures?
No, they don't take pictures. No.
Okay, see that's actually kind of a surprise, because I will say that some of the places I went to, at least inside the con, when you're doing the booths and stuff, they had people there like, oh, you need a picture taken? Because sometimes we travel in packs, sometimes we're solo, So that is actually kind of a surprise that they didn't do that for you. I'm sorry,
especially because the Google activation that they've been doing for the last 2 years, they would always have people at stations taking pictures for you.
Yeah, They had games. I didn't have time because again, if I had known, I would have tried for the games to win. They had like pins from Figure Pin, which apparently is not going for like insane money. It sucked. I had to open up my Alamo can at the airport because apparently they don't like you having water. It was annoying, but I need to figure out. I need to figure out a way to like.
Oh, you couldn't put it in your bag?
Huh?
You couldn't put it in your check-in bag?
I didn't think about it. I didn't want to like opening up somehow. I didn't trust. Like,
pressure. Yeah, who knows? It might ruin everything. Who knows? Not
exactly.
worth it.
So I got that. I got the hat. They actually it was cool though. They did give you barbecue because you're in Arlen, Texas. So it was actually pretty good. It was pretty good barbecue.
Yeah, I heard reviews of the food there was good, and it was a decent amount for at least people that felt that they had waited a while for that. I mean, I think that's the thing. Expectation has to be kind of. I suggest people kind of put it like, be grateful you get something. If you expect too much, you're always going to be disappointed, especially these things, because there's so many people moving through, and the quality varies from activation to activation. This year, Abbott Elementary, I can say it, who's been a darling of the activations for the last couple of years, there was a lot of people that did not like it, said it was a horrible experience this time around.
Really?
Yeah. And the reason is because when they went, they didn't have any of the swag or anything, so people were in hour lines waiting, walked around, and it was like there wasn't anything really to them worth it because it was like, I don't even get a hat. People wanted the hat. I think if they had told them like, hey, there's no hat, maybe they would have left. Because if you look at you're showing the picture, it looks cool, but yeah, people were just saying it wasn't as put together or felt as good as the years past.
It's funny that I'm realizing right now that I never even walked by and took a picture. I just never got over there. I kept meaning to, and I never did. And then when the social media stuff started coming out around Friday, Saturday about how bad the activation was, I'm like, never mind, I'm skipping this. I'm like, I'm not even bothering with this. So. And
it's so funny because I always like when they bring the cast and crew to the activation. So they had all of them there at that, and they were like, oh, having the best time of their life. The social media for the people there, they were fighting against the negative reviews big time, trying to turn that impression, I guess. I thought that was kind of an interesting thing, just because they're like, look, some people are going to have a good time no matter what. Other times people are going to go there, it's just the worst day ever, and they don't have a good time. And sometimes that's just the way things are. There's not really much you can do about it,
It was weird for me this year because I usually do like at least a steady amount of activations. And this year I only did a couple. I only did the Lodge and Alien Earth. It's the only ones I did. And that it's just because the windows for stuff I wanted to do inside, whether it was getting an artist, whether it was a signing, whether it was a panel, like I kept having just like these 1 and 2 hour gaps between stuff. So I just never had a good like 4 or 5 hours to go out and like, all right, I'm going to go do stuff outside today. It just never happened. And it was always like, you can blow off panel. Well, Greg does never blow off a panel, I'm sure. But, sometimes you like blow off a panel like, I don't need to go to this one. And like, it was always ones that I really wanted to go to. So I couldn't blow them off. And it just, it is how it is. There's a couple ones I'm bummed I missed, but overall I'm satisfied with my choices.
This was the most panel heavy con I've ever been to.
To be fair, I'm not saying you necessarily wouldn't have, but you did have to do some work, right?
No.
Oh no, I think you did.
No, I mean I was helping Chav a bit, and then I did stuff for a tour kind of mood. But my boss was like, no, they're like, no, just enjoy the con. Like, I saw.
All right, audience, I stand corrected. Disregard what I just said.
But like I did, but I did hustle for work though. I did get contacts, but like Thursday, what did I do Thursday? I know I hit. Let's see, I know I did the McFarlane panel. I went to the Marvel Legends. I went to the Nickelodeon Ninja Turtle panel, which was actually pretty cool. They showed off all the new Ninja Turtle toys coming out. I went to the Distillery panel, the Energon Universe panel, King of the Hill panel, Solar Opposites panel. Like, I was like bouncing around like all goddamn day. And then finally Friday, was it Friday? Yeah, it was Friday because I was getting an article done. I had the worst freaking headache. Or was it Thursday? No, it was Thursday. It was Thursday. I had the worst headache all day. The Hilton.
That's never fun. That is not the place you want to have a headache.
No, it sucked. And then Saturday, what did I do Saturday? I know one of the days I went to the Marriott with Steve and chilled, and then Sunday I went to the Marriott with Travis and chilled. Because Sunday I was like, I was exhausted. What are you doing? Why are you taking a picture of yourself?
Take a picture of you guys, dummy.
Oh, okay. I thought this was brilliant marketing. You know, you can just screenshot your screen, right? I thought this was brilliant marketing by Old Spice to have deodorant at the con.
I heard about this.
I went there for test drive. Like, hey, I got it in. If you want to go, I'm like, yeah, sure. And I went and I took a picture. It was fun. But yeah, they were giving out. I haven't opened it just because it's San Diego, but like, I was like, this is brilliant because so many people need to wear this at the con and they don't know how to wear it properly.
It is always one of the things we joke about, but it is true that there is Comic-Con crud and then there's Comic-Con sweat and smell.
Yep.
And certain people, and I think that's a cool thing because like I think they had that branded with Superman before the con, so it was you can go to the stores and you can buy it too. But to have it with a Comic-Con San Diego kind of thing to it, also that's a nice touch.
Yeah,
Again, I didn't have the time.
You what?
I didn't have the time.
And Derek doesn't sweat. He doesn't sweat. We
no,
make sure he doesn't burn. We make sure he doesn't burn.
Well, because to be fair, like I mean, it's not a huge deal, but it's like I didn't know what they were giving away. I saw that activation. I didn't know what they were giving away, so I didn't find out. I think until like Sunday or something. So
that's a fun thing. It might be there this year, and it might be a couple years before they come back. There was one year where they actually did Gillette was shaving people, and I always joked that I would shave. They had like a shaving setup over across the way for one of the activations. I forget what show it was. I don't know if it was The Fugitive or something like that. And I joked. I said, "Hey, I'll shave this the next time at Comic-Con because they'll do it for free." They haven't come back, as you can see. I still got the scruff. But I always kind of enjoyed this, like, yeah, well, maybe I'll do that next year, I remember KFC one year had statues of the Colonel all over the place in different costumes and things like that.
I remember that one.
That's funny.
Oh, yes, the Pac-Man Cafe. I heard about that. Now, this actually stayed around.
The receipt.
For a while, right?
Bobby, I still owe you for that.
I'll just put it towards what I owe you.
You don't owe me anything.
No, for what I.
Oh, you owe me that $10. That's right. You owe me that $10.
There's a hotel bill that you both kindly will eventually pay, and I know that Bobby's good for it. It's the geek potato I got to worry about.
Well, at least this time you finally came up with the amount I owe you.
I am happy to say I did do that after much encouragement.
Which I've kindly asked for many times.
Have you finished your Blue Sky app?
I knew that was going to happen on this podcast. I knew that was going to happen.
Get it done.
So the reason I bring up the Pac-Man Cafe is because we go there. So
we went after, to be fair, though.
Yeah, we went after the con. Like we went Monday because when did Steve text us? Monday morning or Sunday night?
He texted you, so I don't know.
So well, I thought he texted you too, but anyways, he was like, "Hey."
Oh, that's right. He might have did both of us. I can't remember.
Yeah, he did both of us. He texted us like Sunday night. He was like, "Hey, if so I texted him saying, "Hey," I texted you and Steve. I was like, "Hey, things got messed up. I need a place to stay tonight." And Derek was like, "Yeah, you can crash with me. That's fine. Cool."
Oh yeah, wait, you didn't find out till like what, 11?
Oh, noon. Yeah.
Yeah.
11:30. Yeah.
Yeah. And when was your flight? 3?
It was at 4. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it was so over. It was overbooked by 13 people, which was ridiculous. So I'm like, I text Derek like, "Hey, dude, call me as soon as you get this. And Derek's like, I think I know what this is about. I'll call you in a minute. So, I stayed with Derek tonight, and then Steve's like, hey, if y'all are, ow. Oh. Hold on, sorry. Shut. Hi.
Podcast injury.
Mm-hmm.
It can happen to the professionals.
So, hi, y'all.
So, Greg, how are you?
I'm all right. I'm looking forward to going to get a burger after this. I'm going to probably go down to Long Beach, get one at Grill Them All.
You're going to Long Beach?
That's where they are now.
No, I know. Wasn't that like at least an hour?
About, yeah. But it's like the last day for this burger that they have. Well, actually, it's fries with the burger on the fries. I've been looking at it and I'm like, I want to get that.
I was actually almost going to be there. I was going to go to they have a convention that was there this weekend, but I ended up passing on it.
Oh, which one was that? Was it a Fangora?
I forgot the name. It was a horror convention.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but I ended up passing.
The anime convention is going to do San Diego now.
What anime convention?
The one that Anna's friend works for. Tyler?
Anime Pasadena?
Yeah, they're going to do an anime San Diego now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you done over there, Boobsy?
Hold on.
We're trying to fill the dead air here.
I'm going to edit this out. I'm going to edit this.
Little stretch.
Fuck that.
Oh, man, I'm just happy my Rams won yesterday. Beat the fucking out of those Cowboys. Yay.
It was preseason, really?
Yeah, I'll take a victory where I can these days.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Well,
yeah, your Yankees got swept by his Astros.
Whatever. We'll see who's in the World Series this year. We'll see who's in the World Series.
If it's not the the Astros, it won't be the Yankees. Okay. There we go.
Hey, I believe in my Lord Savior Derek Jeter. He said we're going to be there. We're going to be there.
I just love the fact that Altuve just kept fucking hitting homers after home. Like, yes.
I'm glad I didn't see that. I'm glad I was somewhere else, as I usually am.
I was like yelling at the TV, like, stunt on these hoes. Okay. So
and bring it back.
All right. So
Batman Hotel or Cafe.
Yeah, dude. So if we go, we're like, all right. This will be fun. Sure, why not? We get there, and I'm like, all right, I've got work to do. And we walk in. There's no place to sit. I'm like,
yeah. What
kind of restaurant is this bullshit? It was cool. Don't get me wrong. They had like
6 chairs.
But they're at the freaking bar. I'm like, there's no.
So it was basically it was like an activation, not really a real sit-down restaurant.
Correct.
And we got the quesadillas, and the quesadillas were meh. But Derek saved the day because let's go sit at Petco Park, and I got to enjoy a beautiful San Diego day at baseball stadium.
Oh, I know the weather was spectacular that day, dude. It was so perfect.
Look at that. Like, this is look, wait, I'm not showing it. My bad. Like, look at this. Like, yeah. I love my Minute Maid Park. I refuse to call it Daikin Park. No. I love my Minute Maid Park. I love it, right? 25 years old, looks like it still like it did the first, so they keep upkeep it brand new. But this, I was like, God damn, this is beautiful.
But we'll take second place. How's that?
I'll do it right now. I'm giving you 1B. Again, I've only been to 3 ballparks.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I've been Houston, Petco, and Yankee Stadium. The new Yankee Stadium.
Oh, the new one? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's number 50 on my list. So dirty. For anyone from New York, I'm sorry, but that place, it was been open 5 years, and I'm like, Jesus.
Well, when I went, I had a great time because I was impressed with the cushions in the seats, the general museums and the tributes and the art. I had a blast, but I mean, could it be dirty? Possibly. It is in a city. Cities are dirty, but I went a couple years probably before you went, so maybe it was still kind of clean then.
But cities are dirty. I like that.
I will say I will always be angry at, like, I love New York. I love New York City. I think it's like, I love going there. I think it was an absolute travesty they tore down the old Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
Because that is a historical monument of its own. I'm just like, but anyways, yeah. So like, look, my con, the convention was amazing. I did see this. I thought this was hilarious. Kaijus have a right to defend themselves. Thought that was. I'm like, yep, they do. This is the ending of the con.
The last day. Oh, look at you, you're a superstar.
Yeah, JLJN. I'll get that Stone Cold. Oh, this was cool. I've only got a few of the Jurassic Park stuff, but like just the people that create these are really freaking talented.
And this is something where, like, you got to go online and see pictures like you took to get an idea for people that go, because it's so crowded. It's hard to always appreciate. You miss this because people are walking by and blocking it. But
yeah,
there is something to be said about wandering around the booths if you can and appreciating the amount of time that's put into the displays. It's changed. There's a lot more commerce. There's more people getting in line to buy a pin or buy a shirt. Or they're chasing after a cosplay person or something like that. Sometimes you forget, there's these displays, but they're there, and there are people that are taking.
Oh, I didn't see the Devastator.
Yeah,
that's
this was amazing.
I love Devastator.
That's a lot of plastic.
This is from Premium Collectibles. Yeah, they had that. Here you go, Derek. There is Vampirilla in the back.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't they also have some of the Street Fighter?
They had Chun-Li. Yep.
Yeah.
This was amazing. Like, this was Vader's helmet. It's the creation of Vader around his helmet.
So it's got part of the Death Star in the helmet. It's got the fight. Oh, that is a beautiful piece. Oh, and it lights up.
Yep.
That's amazing. What do you think the retails on that? 600 at least?
I think it was 1,000.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh, and they had this Darth Maul, but underneath it was the opening or the beginning of the fight.
Oh, that's so clever.
Yeah.
That's a very cool. Wow. That's neat.
Yeah, and this was, I think the helmet was 15. This is 2,000.
And these guys were hidden in the back over by the games. Pokemon and the Labubu people.
Oh, that would explain why I never saw it.
Yeah, this was like, because you can see 200 in the back. This was hidden in the back. I'm like, shit, why was this in the back? That was a dope.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, like, it always sucks losing. It always sucks losing that. That's one of the things I'll say. It sucks about losing preview night is you don't get to. Sometimes you miss stuff on the floor that you would have had time to check out. But it happens. It is what it is.
I always like that one with the Lucas figure because I want him. I want to believe he's telling, like, look, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be a great movie. You guys are gonna do good. It's gonna be awesome. Everyone's gonna love this movie.
You know what? I will say this about the prequels. Were they good? No. But were there gems in those 3 movies?
Yes. Yep.
Yes. And I will always feel bad for Hayden Christensen because is he a good actor? No. But Ahsoka showed if you have a good director, you can get good out of it.
Yeah, he's capable. This went to my point, and we've had this discussion in other places. Lucas is a great editor. Lucas is a great creative force. Lucas is an okay director.
Yes.
And And some people will argue that his wife is a better editor than his wife at the time was a better editor than he was, because a lot of people say she saved those movies from the original 3. So there's a lot of debates, but like I said, it's fun to just see that they had that little bit in there. I was laughing about that, Oh yeah.
And then I took a picture of, this was, let's see, 17,000. This was 20,000.
And that's a 2.0, and that's 20,000. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Okay. I love the fact that now they have, and this is a good example, anything and everything's a collectible. And I love how they come up with cases for the games now like that.
Yep.
So that's an unopened 64 Mario Kart.
Yep.
How much was that going for?
Pre-auction is estimate was 25,000.
Wow.
That's it. This Shadows of the Empire, which was a dope ass game on 64, going for 4,000 unopened, 9.8.
So let that know to people out there. There is trash. I mean, there is treasure among the trash of people thinking that this game isn't worth anything. But obviously, these people never opened that game.
Yeah, and that's it. That's the crazy thing. Like, I to take a chance on, like, again, it is Star Wars, right? So that's not a huge chance. But I'm gonna buy this game, not open it, keep it in pristine condition. I'm like, look, I get sometimes, right? Like I obviously like with my McFarlane figure, I'm not opening that. It's signed, right? I've got some figures in the box because I think it's working hard. This it's like getting a comic and never reading it,
And this ties in perfectly to what Derek was alluding about with me and the Galactus figures that I bought. There are different types of people that like to play with their toys, and then there's also people that like to collect. A collector can also play with toys, but a collector is that person who says, I want one for me and one for this. And a collector always buys 2.
One to play, one to show.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how the rule of thumb is. And that's why when Derek said, like, why do you need 2 of these? I said, because I'm a collector.
I'm a collector too, but I don't buy 2 and nothing. But whatever. Like I said, to each his own.
Yeah, but like I said, it's like you that's the fun thing of these things too, because people are just like, people want to buy this stuff? You can't believe that some of the stuff sells these ways, because you don't think about it. But for everything that is valuable, there's something that sits in a graveyard or gets buried in a landfill because they can't get rid of it.
I just love that your Galactus has a butt showing.
That was hilarious. Because we're like, oh, it's his butt. You look at this. X-Men 94, 9.8, $40,000.
Wow.
I'm like, no. Okay, so I'm a little bit of a hypocrite. Fine. So I just said I was like buying a comic book and not reading it. So when I went to Amazon Universe for the interviews, I did get my 2 books signed by everyone involved, which was awesome, except for Tom Riley. But at CGC, if you got something graded, you got this free Superman comic with Crypto on the cover. And I was like, they're like, here you go. I'm like, yeah, we're going to grade this now too. Let's just get it graded. Let's just get this done. This is what I got my wife. I got her the little Miss Puffs shredding on the base.
That's awesome. I think I told you, Bobby. So I've been going to Comic-Con for a long time, being that I'm an old man now. But I actually have, and I think we talked about in my comic book collection, which is now pretty much done. I don't really buy that much anymore, but I was there during the heyday. I have autographed Dark Knight Returns issues 1, 2, 3, and I think I finally got 4. But I got the first couple signed by Miller for free. Jesus. And I got the colorist. Of course, these are my signatures because back then there was no grading company, there was no autograph. Yeah. So I'm sitting on these because, like we talked about, I may eventually one of these days want to take them and get them graded and get them authenticated. Yeah. But yeah, I have those autographs.
Yeah, that's what we want to like make sure. Yeah, get those authenticated. Okay, if you watched SNL in the mid to early 90s, you'll get this joke. I thought this was hilarious at this place we went to was it Friday night? Saturday night. I thought this was hilarious. I saw this. I'm like, it was the Werewolf Cafe, and on the bathrooms because they're gender neutral. Like it's Pat. I'm like, this is brilliant.
That's awesome.
And then inside the bathroom was just plastered with Werewolf by Night. I'm like, this is fantastic.
That's kudos.
Yeah, that was a giant werewolf, and then the Ecto one was parked out front.
No, did you see the Tron cycles for Tron Ares that were driving around?
Yeah, those were amazing.
I'm so mad I missed those.
I missed those. They were around Gaslamp, and this was one of the first years where I think I didn't go across the street at all. Usually I go at least once. I didn't go across at all this year, so I missed out on that. I was going to say, do you have pictures of the Galactus? The cosplay?
I don't.
Okay. Because I remember when I first saw a video, because I was on the floor one day and someone was showing me the video of it, I thought at first, I said, this looks like it could be CG, like someone's fooling around. But that guy in that costume was one of the most amazing cosplays.
That thing was huge. It was massive.
Perfectly timed, character with the movie coming out and the lights and stuff he did. Ooh, look at that.
I'm mad because I never got a chance to take a picture of him. Like he was always like wherever he was, I wasn't. And the one time I saw him, he had his head off and he was like, I don't know, rearranging himself or what he was doing. And like I was gonna wait for him to put it back on, but they made us clear the space because there was 100 and something people waiting around for him to put it back on, and they're like, we have to clear this space. You guys got to get out of here. So I couldn't wait. So that was the only time that I ran into him enough to take a picture.
I will say
the video I posted, but that video I posted, I couldn't take a picture because there's too many people in the way.
Yeah, no, I get it, man. I will say he's doing the McFarlane Sports again, which is great. I will be getting my CJ Stroud. I might get my mom. I'll probably get my mom the TJ Watts one. They have Puka. For you Rams fans.
Nice.
If I find Puka, I might get him, and I might get Amon St. Brown just because they're great. Here you go, Derek. I know.
I want that so bad. I'm definitely pre-ordering that.
I hate the way her face looks. It looks so weird, and I hate. Look, I love a lot. Like McFarlane figures, you either love or hate them, right? Just either great or trash. His animals are garbage, but this is cool. So the Ghoul, Walter Goggins, the Chase will be his pre-Ghoul figure.
Nice.
So if you do ever want to get Walter's signature on these, you'll have 2 figures, Derek, if you can find them.
No, Bobby, I know you
they're
said
available for pre-order. We didn't find them.
I know you said sometimes the face sculpts don't look good, and these are prototypes, so they might be a little bit better when they finally come out on her face too. It can be difficult sometimes. I really love his mecha. When he's in the stuff that he's done for DC and Marvel for the statues, the covers. I've got a couple of things there. Did he mention any new sports that he was going to do? Is it just football, baseball, and basketball, like the traditional?
So hold on one second. Let me see. I'll answer that in 1 second. I know that this is Mortal Kombat.
Mecha.
Right there.
Okay.
I know it's not the. No. I don't. Let's see. Let me get this. Why is
it's a little hard. It's a quick shot you got.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Like it's 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 an easy pass for me.
Yeah. And again, it goes to what we're talking about. The differences in the price points for these figures compared to like saying getting like a Hot Toys, which is a $200 figure, where the sculpts are even more. So
100%.
it is one of those kind of like sliding rules where like, yeah, the molds are going to be great or they're not going to be great sometimes. And you'll look at like, oh, I want that, but oh no, that doesn't look right at all. Who made that statue?
It looks fine to me.
Yeah.
So I'll probably get
I'm good with it.
Zatanna.
Oh, that's awesome. I love the skulls.
Yeah, this is technically like his first like work he did for Marvel. These look really cool. I want that Batman. I've seen this Grey Ghost a million times. It looks great. I'm not spending $30 on them. This is his this was his Kickstarter.
You can wait for the sale because eventually there will be a sale for some of these. And I have to admit that retro body mode with the way they have the angles, the joints.
Yeah.
I'm not it's like I didn't like it back then. I don't really like it now. Oh, look at that Peacemaker.
Yeah, this is great. This is it's him, 2 helmets and Eagly, which I do love that.
Eagly.
Like these are already, I guess I've seen these now. They look decent. That Superman, that's one that I was showing earlier, looked amazing in person. There's his Ozzy statue. His Spawn.
Okay, wasn't it that was a weird thing this year. We had a lot of people. We always have people pass away while we're at con, but to have Ozzy and then the musician from King of the Hill, that was weird.
Oh, I know.
You know, but I know Ozzy died before, right? He died.
Yeah, but he only died like less than a week before.
Yeah.
It was Hulk Hogan, which you know how people feel about him.
Hulk Hogan died like what, the day of Comic-Con?
Yeah,
the second day, right?
The amount of memes I was getting from my friends, they're like, it was like, Hogan versus Benoit, Hell in a Cell. Like I was getting a lot of memes, All right, so Greg, I would say, what's up, man?
That's Spider-Man. That looks so cool.
So here's the thing: his sculpts from his statues for me are hit and miss, right? Like this, when he does Spider-Man, it's amazing because it's what he did, right? Like that Silver Surfer looks great. That Human Torch actually looks good, but like his earlier ones looked really bad. But like these actually look really good. Yeah,
I'm with you. Some of them, like I said, I don't know if it's the source material or what he's trying to capture with it. You know, because he's got a crew of people that are working on these, but some of them come out really good. Others don't. I think the one I liked that I got recently, and you might be familiar with, he did the oversized or overcharged Dark Knight, where it's like almost like a supersized, deformed, the muscles and everything. Yeah. And I was just like, I had to have that. That looks so cool, and it was so different from anything I'd seen them do before.
He did the he did a Captain America that I thought looked absolutely garbage, but he did X-Men #1, which was interesting because he's doing like he's doing that Wolverine right there. He did another one. Oh man, did I not? It is like Colossus. There it is. Yeah, the Colossus from X-Men #1. Like he did Cyclops and Storm, and they looked really weird with all the inking he put on there. I was like, But that Wolverine, I hope that Wolverine. If that Wolverine's good, I might get that. This I saw it at the con. Let's see here. There we go. The Marvel Legends Mephisto, like that. That was really cool. That looked really good.
Interesting. As I finally saw, was it Ironheart?
Yeah.
And the fact that they finally revealed him, it's funny because now it's like it's become like it was a big thing before, and I think most people went like, after all the time that passed. But I really wonder how that character is going to play out in what moves forwards for.
Well, apparently he's getting ready because they were showing him in Men's Health, getting jacked for a future appearance. So I loved his reveal in Ironheart.
Yeah, that was one of the highlights for me because I have to admit there were some things I don't know if it's on purpose because it's one of those things where I'll have that debate with Derek about the second season of True Detective being so amazing because he hated everybody so much. But Riri was hard to like this season in that show based on what I had seen from before. I didn't root for her as much as I wanted to.
I was actually rooting for I loved her AI.
Yeah.
I loved her AI. I loved the young Black American witch. She was great.
Yeah, her friend.
Yeah, I Riri. Yeah, they made her. I'm like, okay, this is, and then you know, you're like, okay, this is a girl who's been through a lot of shit. I get it. Okay, but
it was a weird thing because since we're giving her that backstory, and I know we're kind of going off the rails here a little bit, but I'll wrap it up. Yeah. It was just that based on what you'd seen in the movie, she made herself in the movie look more like she had it under control. Then they went to this, which takes place afterwards, and it's like none of that happened. Like the confidence or the temperament,
the swagger, yeah.
And I'm like, wait, and she's supposed to be the smartest person in the world, but she's got a jerry rig. I was just like, yeah, it was a little bit of a leap for me with those kind of things.
I'll say this: the fact, and you know, I think we've all kind of been there. Like you've got the idea, you've got the want, you don't have the money or the power. She didn't have the Wakanda technology, you know. That I think is what kind of like, and MIT kept kind of screwing her over. Before we log off, dude. I love the buildings being wrapped. I think it's so cool.
Yeah.
And then we were driving around and they were like that, boom, like immediately being pulled down.
It does take down. I think this going back to the unofficial blog again, they actually did a new category for things that they liked at con, and one of them was the displays, the wraps, and they picked the aliens Earth as their pick.
That was a good one.
It was good.
Yeah, those things are amazing, you know, and that's the fun of like getting around to see that stuff. Con, that's the one thing. Con is just so much stuff, you know, and as we talk about every year, it's like there's all the things we did see, but there's all the things that we missed too. But it's so much fun. I can't wait for next year. I've been listening to Albert talk about how he's already depressed that it's like he's got to wait a whole year, for the madness again. But
don't even get me started.
It was a good con. It was a good con. I had a good time, and it was nice, Bobby, having you in the room. Happy to help you out, Derek. I appreciate everything you did for me and helping me with the stuff that I needed to get. It's something I look forward to. Ooh, look at that sword reveal.
I did what I could.
Like it was the con of just being right place, right time. Like me and Steve walked into the Castle Grayskull and they just had to deal with the box and like literally had just opened it and like handing out swords.
Nice.
I'm like,
I thought you got that at the panel. You got it at the Castle Grayskull thing?
Yeah, there was no panel.
Oh, I thought you got it at a panel.
No.
No.
Nope.
Oh, if I would have known, I would have went by there. I had no idea.
Some people thought I don't know if the Netflix didn't do anything for Wednesday. Netflix didn't do anything for Stranger Things.
Nope.
There was a lot of things that were fun too, but there were some that I wish they had been there for that kind of.
They don't need. The thing is, they don't need to. They know those things are going to sell themselves.
They don't need to, but it's still something like it's fun for the people that. Yeah, and that's why we go to the conventions is to celebrate and talk about the stuff that we're looking forward to.
These guys are all about the money. They don't want to spend it.
We know. I mean, we get it, but it still is poopy.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Also, I do have to thank Greg for my Brian Lee O'Malley autograph. Thank you.
Oh, you're quite welcome. And again, talk about circumstance. I just happened to be at the Dark Host booth because Derek had asked me to check on some signings for things that he was looking into for Resident Alien. And I've become a big Scott Pilgrim fan in the last couple of years. The first I had seen the books, but I didn't really read indies back then. But when the movie came out, I was a big fan of that. And then the animation series that came out recently on Netflix, I loved it. So I've been acquiring the stuff, and I just went in there and was looking around, and I saw those posters there, and the young lady said, "Oh, you like Scott Pilgrim?" I said, "Yeah, I do. I'm a fan." Handed me one, and then I talked to someone else a little bit later, and they handed me another. I said, "Oh, cool, I got two." So it worked out. And then when you mentioned it, it's like, yes, these are the fun things about Comic-Con, connecting over shared likes or dislikes.
He was doing a signing?
He did. He had come by. He did a signing at the booth, but he had just come by the booth randomly and signed some of the posters that he was going to sign later, and they were just handing them out.
Oh, damn.
So I think that's the fun thing. If you're walking around Comic-Con and you have the time to do it, stop and look around at everything you can.
That's the problem. But yeah, I agree. But that's the problem.
But you do that, you sometimes you'll get rewarded in unique ways. You'll bump into somebody that's famous, or you'll get a cool swag.
That's how I met Paul Scheer from the league, because he had just done the Coyote versus Acme panel, and he was at the Hasbro booth. And I just walked up to him like, dude, I love your podcast, but I love the league. Like I go, he goes, oh, okay, thanks. He goes, really? I go, dude, every year at fantasy football time, I rewatch part of the league while I draft with those techies, and I talk shit with my friends. And he goes, that's amazing. I'm like, dude, it's yeah, really wonderfully nice guy. But okay, so out of five, how would you rank this con, Greg? How would you rank it?
I give it a 4 for me.
Okay.
Because just like I said, didn't see April. April would have made it a 5. So 4 for me.
Well, Derek kept ran into Natalie. Is it Natalie Maines?
Nicole Maines.
Nicole Maines. There we go.
Yeah, I know. I ran into her twice.
Yeah, and I'm like
and then it happens. I missed her signing on Sunday. I felt bad. I was all telling her how much I was looking forward to her signing, and then I missed it.
But he got me a video of her. Actually, this is the third time now that Derek has gotten a video from me. Actually, second time. I got a video from me from someone I wanted to run into, and didn't. The other one would go
one day it'll happen. Yeah, but yeah, but it's like I said, that's a nice thing. At least other people we know are looking out and have the time. Derek's always good with that, because I remember he's just like, he'll lurk out in those hallways from people coming out of panels to get pictures and autographs, because that's his thing.
But that's the thing. Hers was just accidental. Both of them. She was just wandering around and then like, oh hey.
Yeah, because I saw her at a panel, and she was talking about that she had gone to the Penguin books booth and bought a bunch of books, and that's the fun when you see that. Like I said, the actors and the people there are just like us.
Hold on, you ran into her too?
Well, she's at a panel. I saw her at the panel. It was one of the panels that they did for Entertainment Weekly, I think it was.
No, I was saying it would be funny if you ran into her too, and then Bobby did it.
I know, right? Like, damn it.
Yeah. Well, just like I said, it'd be like you guys running to April, and then I see the picture, and then I'm like, God darn it, dang it.
Well, technically I did. I just didn't know it was her, remember?
Oh, yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, I had no idea it was her, so.
When do you run into April?
Wait,
which April?
When I was going to the Hyatt, I think it was Thursday night.
Yeah, we were talking because she's friends with Ming from the Comic Book Men.
Ming Chen, yeah, I'm friends with Ming.
So April is a wonderful geek goddess who also happens to have a day job as an adult performer.
Oh.
So she has.
I think you're talking about like April O'Neil from the Ninja Turtles. I'm like, which one? Turtles 1, Turtles 2?
The adult version.
Okay.
And she is in the parody. She did play April. That's how she picked the name for her talent name, because she's a big comic book geek. So she comes every year. So she's friends with a lot of the different people that are there. So Ming is one of the friends, and that's where Derek saw her with him, I think, and he said, "Oh yeah," I think that was April. And sure enough, there was a picture later from someone that had gone to the Ready Player One party, which was I guess Wednesday night, which she said was a lot of fun for parties that people could go to if you wanted to buy tickets and go to a Comic-Con party. We confirmed that it was her. So yeah.
Oh yeah, I think I saw her because I was meeting you guys for dinner.
Yeah.
Wait, meeting us for dinner?
Yes.
Okay.
You guys did that Texas barbecue. Oh, I will say, This is the first year, just because of logistics, I finally had a $16 pretzel. It was okay. I would have paid a lot less for it and been happier, but it was okay for the circumstances. You know, I really didn't have a choice. So I was like, I said, I got to eat something.
We've all been
there.
there.
So what was it? One of the nights, I think it was Saturday after the interviews. I was talking to my wife, and I was walking by the Adult Swim, like offside thing, like behind the con, and like they were just screaming. And Ashley, my wife goes, "What the fuck are they doing?" I'm like, "They're having a streaming contest." She's like, "Why?" I'm like, "I don't know. It's Adult Swim. Why do they do anything?"
Why do they have a land of butts?
Exactly. I'm like, "Oh my god." It was. Oh, there's the South Park.
Oh, that was great. Oh, Scopes.
Yeah. Yeah, Mondo.
But yeah,
Mondo
so for me, all in all, it was a 4 out of 5. It was a great con. I mean, I was very happy with everything, and it was a good time. Like I said, I don't think I've ever really had a bad con. I'd have to be pressed and kind of look at it.
Oh, but I have, but a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, again, I always say with Derek, he makes the art of being dissatisfied his happiness. I've never seen a more bitter person be happy being bitter. But yeah, for me, this con was a good experience overall. I'm nervous about the fact that it came up in the talkback panel, but the Olympics are coming to the Los Angeles area in 2 years. I think it's 2028. Yeah. And they mentioned about how that'll be around the same time as usually Comic-Con is.
Yes.
And they talked about the fact that there could be issues with hotel rooms availability because of that.
Really?
So yeah, they just kind of said, like, even though it's San Diego and it is a little bit of ways, there might be people coming to San Diego to drive over to Los Angeles for the games and stuff, because it's just trying to get rooms. Or also some of the activities might be further south, and they might have some stuff in the San Diego area for the sports. You know, this is the first year where, like, they're going to have stuff in Tennessee, I think it is.
Really?
Yeah, they're relocating some of the games, even though it's a Los Angeles-based city for the games that summer. So they were just saying that, yeah.
Yeah. No, I was thinking, depending on how things keep going nationally, I've heard people might be boycotting it too. So.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask you, and I was interested, and not to move into too much of this. We try to keep ourselves neutral when we can. Did tariffs come up in the talk for the toys for costs? Did that come up?
No, it didn't. It didn't come up, but talking to some people on the side, right? They did mention that it is a concern for them. And like I was talking to somebody, I won't mention their name, but the HasLab for Hasbro just cleared, right? It's not going to meet any of the tiers, but it's going to get made. And I asked them, I go, "Are you concerned the fact that this?" Because at the time, it was 2 weeks ago, I hadn't even made like half of what they needed. And they went, "Look, we understand that this is a very trying time. It's a bad economy. We've got the tariffs, and people are debating. Like, if people are going to debate between buying a $350 toy or getting food, we completely understand that food is the number one option. Like, we get it. And so they understand that tariffs are kind of going to mess with things a bit, right?
Yeah, it's a crazy thing when you think of, like, I'm already paying, you know, more for my food or going out for a burger, that now a toy that was like $12 is now going to be $20.
Well, so McFarlane did raise the price of the Mortal Kombat figures. All of his figures are now like $30, right? And I'm like, no, that's ridiculous. I kind of cherry picking a bit now. I did get these are about 25. Like Hasbro does a really good job with keeping GI Joe at 25. So, but yeah, I'm just waiting for Ross now. A lot of stuff. So, but they people have spoken what they have, like, yeah, this is going to affect the business. Like, all right,
it's going to be interesting times because like you said, going back, there is now talk because of what's happened over this weekend or this week that maybe Los Angeles just backs out of the games altogether. It's still hypothetically just talk.
Still hypothetical, right?
But I could almost see that kind of frustration, and it'll be interesting to see how it just trickles down to like movies are doing all right. Although if you talk to certain people, the drop off is now worse than ever on even the big movie houses with
I actually replied to someone on Threads one time. She's like, why Superman was great, Thunderbolts was great, Fantastic Four was great. Why was there such a big drop off in the second week? I'm like, the economy. Like if you are going to go to the movies, just hypothetically, if I were to take Ashley to the movies now, right? Because we don't have a movie pass. So before it was $25, but we got free popcorn and drinks, which was amazing. But if I were to take it now, it would be, let's see, $25 for the tickets, food, drink. I think when we went to Final Destination, I think it was like $70.
Wow.
After the drinks. Yeah, exactly. Right? And so, okay, this is like, to go to the movies shouldn't be this much. So like when I went to Superman, like I just got water. Like I just want water. That's it. $15. Okay, great. But every week something else is coming out. I don't have that money. It used to be at $7. Right? Like so I'm gonna go see Fantastic Four. Like my company got me my Herbie. That was fantastic. Yeah, that Herbie's $75. Like I'm like, I was even like, I don't need this. My boss like, no, you've done a lot for us. Just go ahead and give it cool. But still, like it's like, oh, $75, and they're like, oh, you get a free popcorn and drink. Cool. Still $75, $10.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know if that's really free. Because I'm paying for the Herbie.
Exactly.
You toss it in the other stuff.
Exactly. So, and people were saying, well, and like, like I'm gonna wait more than likely for Naked Gun on streaming. I'll probably wait. I'm gonna take Ash to go watch Weapons because I heard that movie is insanely bonkers. I'm like in the best way, horribly horror wise. I'm waiting for streaming for a lot of this stuff now. I'm like, it's just because, and people are like, well, what, because people were trying to say that Man of Steel was better than Superman because Man of Steel made more. I'm like, that was before the bad times, right?
Yeah, the conditions are different. And it's like for me, I'm a single person, so for me, I got the A list. It's affordable, but when I go to the movies too, other than the rare popcorn bucket, like yes, I did get the Galactus head.
Nice.
And I ordered that through the website that they have because I didn't want to deal with like carrying it in the theater and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And it was sold out already there too. They had Herbie still, which Herbie's amazing.
Hold on, they shipped that to you?
Yeah, the AMC had a booth at Comic-Con where they were selling it, and every day it sold out. And then people were trying to sell it for more, and I said, I know I can just get it. And then yes, you can go to AMC website, and then if you go to Instagram, there's independent movies houses that are selling online the Galactus head. Comes out to about $107 with the taxes and everything, but you can still get it, and they're making more money off of that than they are the concessions or the movie itself.
Yep.
No, but I'm just saying, like the box that's got to come is going to be massive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bringing this home was a little tricky. I won't even lie. It was a little tricky. Oh no. Okay, Derek. Before we log off, what do you rank this Comic-Con?
I'm with Craig. I'm on a 4 because I had my Thursday was kind of meh. I had the Tom McFarlane signing really burned me and pissed me off. The ridiculousness of the portal pisses me off. I think it's BS.
Yes.
I will never like it. I'm an old school guy from the 2000s when you just stood in line and you toughed it out and you got there before other people, and that's the way it should be. This portal shit can go fuck itself. And I made sure to use vulgarity on all that.
Fair.
They have this whole second chance thing now where you can go upstairs and hit some stupid button or whatever it is to try to get into them, which, yeah, that's nice and all to get the second chance. But if you're going to make me trek all the way upstairs for something, I'm not going to do it to just maybe get something. It's like, no, I want to guarantee. And I know people that went up there, tried 3-4 times and got nothing. And then I know people that went up there and they got things 3 times in a row. So it's hit or miss, but I'm sorry. I don't want my fate decided by some stupid computer. And the McFarlane thing was complete bullshit in the sense of, like, I don't blame Image necessarily, but the fact that I got in at 9 o'clock in the morning and got in line, and at 9:05 the tickets were already gone. Yep. 9 o'clock. The convention is not open until 9:30. So how are these motherfuckers getting in? Yeah, it's ridiculous.
The booths.
No, but just I'm not trying to come in even like I don't want. I mean, we're running low. I don't want to try to get this huge debate about it. I'm just saying, like, it's the days of being able to get anything signing wise, exclusive wise, anything to do with tickets, bracelets, wristbands. It's a farce and it's ridiculous, and I'm tired of it.
If it's popular, it's a challenge. And I will say this, and we'll move on because Derek, I'm starting to step on ADA. There was a lot more people. They do get technically brought into the con before everybody else because they have ADA. And if they have someone with them that helps them out, that's the person that usually is getting in those lines too. So yes, there are people from the booths, no doubt about it. Part of the
I'm not saying I know some of them are ADA. I'm aware of that, but I'm just saying it's ADA on top of something else because they didn't even let the ADA until 9 in the morning, and there was already people there, so that means people got in before them.
The ADA comes in from different sections. There were people in before. So when you went there, it was that combination. You just, like you said, there's just more people now are interested in those signings.
Yep.
He's popular. If you get it, God bless you. It's going to be a challenge.
No, but I'm saying people are getting in early that should not be able to get in early is what I'm saying. There's no way all those people, 100 and something, were all ADA. They're coming from bullshit some other way.
Derek, it was a mixture. It was ADA and it was people from the booths.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. It's bullshit is what I'm saying. And if we didn't have the stupid fucking way of how they're doing things, if I got Todd plenty of times back in the day because, all you had to do was line up and sit there in line and he would show up and, sometimes it took me 2-3 hours, but guess what? I got him because that's how they did it instead of this crap that they do now. So, I did have many, good moments. The Robert Kirkman panel was amazing. Bobby, I seen the picture. I got to meet Guar, the band from the 90s, and that was like a total high school fanboy moment, and I loved it. They're crazy. They're insane.
Let me see if we can pull that.
Signing was wonderful. They signed my CDs booklets that I brought. They took photos. It was that's the way it should be because all you had to do was go up to the booth and buy their book that they were promoting, and then you got it into the signing. Boom. That's simple. That's the way it should be. Something nice and simple. The one that pissed me off, and I just want to say it because it doesn't necessarily matter, but I thought it was dumb, is Hulu was doing one for Noah Hawley for their Alien prints, and you had to buy a print which was like $60 to do the signing. Fine, I get that. You couldn't buy it till 1:30 when the signing was. Why? Let me buy it now. I got in there at 10 o'clock in the morning. Let me just buy. Oh, no, sir, you have to come back. So you want me to bother to come back at 1:30 to buy something for a signing, and who knows how many people are going to show up. When I'm here at 10 in the morning, I can just buy it now and reserve my spot. Yeah, you got to come back. All right, go fuck yourself. How about that? It's so stupid. Why are you going to waste my time to compete with a bunch of people when I'm smart enough to come by in the booth first thing in the morning to get this done and because I want it? But no, you're going to make me waste my time and compete with a bunch of other people? No, I'm not doing that. Bunch of dickheads. So anyways, I will say that we were kind of talking about a little bit before that I feel the crowds were somehow less this year. I don't know how, but I mean, as bad as the exhibit hall is, on a daily basis, I've had way worse. I've had times you can barely fucking move. I've had times where you can't get anywhere. I mean, there was, I was definitely getting annoyed being around people, but I didn't feel that was more on me. Like, I didn't feel the crowds this year were any worse than previous years. The only thing that I did notice, and I was talking to our buddy Albert and a couple other people, friends of ours, is that I feel the activations were way worse. Not in the sense of content, but like, I don't know, there's no way to know if it was people that didn't have badges or people that didn't have stuff to do inside the convention that were trying, but all the lines for the conventions for the activations were ridiculous. And not that that's no fault of the activation people. That's what they want. They want people to show up. That's good. But like everything you went to had a monstrous line. There was nothing like, oh, this one's easy. None of them.
No.
So that kind of sucks, but there's nothing, there's nothing you can do about it.
Even the Old Spice deodorant had a long line, and it was literally just a picture in the spaceship, and you had deodorant. That was it. I was able to skip it because I had press. That was it.
I do want to bring this up because sorry, we're talking about line and stuff, and I meant to bring this up ages ago. Sorry. There was one thing that happened this convention, and I'm bringing this up mainly because I'm someone that's been going for over 30 years, and this is one of the smartest things I've seen any company do. So Marvel had these bags, these tote bags, that you could make. Camera. Other way.
To your right.
There we go. Sort of. There we go. They have these tote bags that you can make yourself. They gave you. You sat down with someone at a computer. You could decide what characters, the logo you wanted, whatever, where you want to position them. Right. That's not my point. My point is, you know how you got that? You went on their site and you reserved your spot or whatever. You just entered the same thing you do with the tickets. You say you're number 5,000, you're number 6,000, whatever, right? You just put your email in or your phone number, boom, you're in. And then they would sit there and they would count it down and they would tell you when to come back. You could just do whatever the fuck you wanted. You could go wherever you want to do whatever you want. And they would tell you, hey, here's your number. Okay, you should, you're down to 500. You're down to 300. Okay, you should probably come soon. They let you know when to come. So you could just do your own day and totally not have to worry about standing in line. I showed up there. I waited, I think, maybe 10 minutes. And they're like, all right, sir, go on in. Beautiful. Perfect. More people, please do this. More companies do this, please. It's genius.
CGC did that. It was great. Yeah.
And I will say on line stuff, I timed the events I went to. I didn't have to stay in line too long to get into any of the Hall H stuff that I went to. Hall H was crowded, but it was manageable. So like I think the longest line I was in was for Aliens Earth, and that moved well enough and got in, sat down. Actually caught the end of the Walking Dead, which I thought I'd never see a Walking Dead panel again because those are always too crazy crowded, and was able to watch the whole panel. But if you timed it right, the waiting wasn't too bad for a lot of these things, except for those activations.
Which is good, but let's be honest, we know that it was a down year.
It was a different year. I won't say it's a down because
there's no Game of Thrones, there was no Marvel, there was no DC. I mean, it's the factor of what there was. That's the thing.
There was DC.
One TV panel does not say DC.
It does say DC. It technically does.
Okay, well, you're wrong, but fine.
Fine.
There was no DC films there. You know damn well if there would have been a DC film of Batman or something, there would have been people sleeping outside.
And the funny thing is, there was people sleeping outside, just not as many.
But I'm saying, like the factor, I refuse to put any investment to the lines this year because if they bring any of the normal people back next year, which is probably what's going to happen, it's going to go right back to what it was.
Well, we'll definitely see because I think they just announced the date for Spider-Man, and it's going to be at the end of July. So there might be a Spider-Man panel.
I mean, all the better. Like, I agree with you. I'm glad we got into Lucas. Actually, I think that might have been the only thing I went to Hall H now that I think about it. The point is, I know you got into a lot. I know Albert got into a lot, and there was, it was easy.
It was manageable. It was
manageable. and that's good. It's great to hear.
Yeah.
I give it 4.5. Actually, I'll give it a 5. It probably was my best con yet. 5 for everything I've mentioned. The lines were long on some things. Actually, no, I'll do a 4.5 because I hated that whole panel bullshit. Okay, 4.5. Fine. Yeah, it was bullshit. It was bullshit. It was bullshit. It did suck. But okay. Logging off. Where can we find you social? Give them out real quick. Greg.
As my name, Greg _Messino at X, at Twitter, or whatever you call it, Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky, Threads. I'm there. And I'm happy.
You're on everything? I didn't know that. Awesome.
There you go.
I try to stay current. I just no TikTok.
Okay.
Derek.
Oh,
this is the clearest you've been all night.
Great. I don't know what to say. I am on social media as the Geek Potato, and then the podcast is the Geekdom Fancast on social media, and hopefully we'll have some episodes up soon. But I'm keeping current on the Instagram. I'm posting tons of footage from Comic-Con, and I'm going to keep it going because I have so much still left to post. So probably if you want film and videos from Comic-Con, please check them out.
And then obviously you can find me here, Geek Stuff Game on YouTube, Instagram. Like Derek, I'm still posting a lot of stuff. I'm finally like settled in posting stuff. There's a lot to show. And then every Wednesday you can find me at A Toy Kind of Mood on YouTube, talking toys. But hey, I don't know what episode this was. Doesn't matter. It was San Diego Comic-Con 2025. Remember, people, it costs nothing to be nice. Peace out.
Peace out.